3, or 4. I know I have difficulty in remembering those years. Maybe for good reason, or maybe for bad reason, maybe because I'm repressing or something, right? But if you go back and you look at it and what year you were working in, then you have this information to start saying what was going to be your experience based on the direction you were going in and the color it was. And, you can begin to see why you were having those experiences. You're following me? You can see how, and then you'll see how the pattern's been working every year that happened that comes back to that same particular energy. Because that same energy is going to have you experiencing pretty much the same thing to one degree or the other. That make sense?
Yeah.
Y'all with me? For real? I don't know, because I'm not with me. Y'all with me? All right, stay with me. So, all sacred suns are in one of the 4 directions are influenced by the energy of the direction. The sacred sun direction of any chosen day has interaction with all 4 directions and all 20 suns. Depending on the direction of the chosen day, some of these connections, are positive and empowering. Some are challenging and help us understand where we need to do what? Inner work. So if I ask you what your challenge partner was, can you tell me what that is?
Challenge partner?
Yeah, your mental body.
English.
This is going to be good. This is going to give you a good example.
Yeah, English. Challenge to remember.
So if English is your challenge to remember, that means where you need, as well as you, that means that's where y'all need to do inner work. And the inner work, and what is English's characteristic? So you say, what is the task of English?
Which body are you on right now, Bobby?
English speaks to the
Their mental
position
body.
of our initiation.
Right? Say again?
The English speaks to the powerful position of our initiation.
Okay, now look at what it says in terms of what the aspect is.
Artist,
Task,
creation, self-dependence, trust in the universe, clarity of mind, gifts, a source of creation and beginning, and surrender is illusion of lack of support.
right, so that's where your inner work goes. So it's best to go to the shadow. It's best to go to the shadow. It's best to go to the shadow of your mental body, which in this case I'm telling everybody to do that because everybody doesn't have the same mental body. So that's where you would do your inner work, right?
Go to the slide, the mental body slide.
Right? So do you know what your mental body is? Okay, well you have to find it because your mental body will be what? The opposite of what direction is your mental body in? Okay, so you'll find it. So what's your mental body? Okay, that's a new one. What's your mental body? You know it's red, okay. Everybody. What's your mental body? Ben? All right, so if that's your mental body, that means that's where you need to do inner work at. So what is Ben? And what's the characteristic? In fact, you can read it all, but what's the surrender? Can you see it? You want to put your
That's
arm on
my
top of
challenge.
yours?
I can't see. Let's see. You want to know the surrender,
Yeah.
resistance to faith, belief in aloneness.
Right? Everybody know that your mental body? Okay, now that'll be your inner work. So you don't have your legs in front of you. Right, it's blue. That's correct. That's correct. We'll come back to you in a minute. What's your mental body? Kiwi? All right. So you know what to surrender? Okay, you can bring yours. Yeah, I think control is one of the control is one of the issues. But what's your mental? Man, so what's the shadow of your
feelings of despair, dissociation, the illusion of separation.
That's what you need to work inner. That's what you do inner work, right? Feelings of despair. Say it again. What else?
Disassociation or dissociation, the illusion of separateness.
Okay. What's your mental body? Co-op, the storm, right? And what does it say to surrender? Can you see it? Can you turn the lights on?
I can see it. It's addiction to crisis, despair, fear, and illusion of separateness.
Right. Sounds like the same one. But that would be your inner challenge, right? That's your inner challenge. You need to do in your inner work. You got yours with the artist? I know you just fumbling around over there.
No, I got it.
What's your mental body?
X.
Each.
Each.
All right.
Right now.
And what's the shadow? What's the surrender in that?
judgment of others and secretiveness.
Right. So your whole want to kill the bus driver and put it in somebody's ass, quote unquote.
I said that.
Would that be with your inner workings? Say it again.
Which was?
With your no, not you first statement. Nobody heard that, but what?
Oh, my inner work
Yeah.
is the releasing judgment of others.
And what else?
The secretiveness.
Right. Okay. All right. And what's your inner body? Your mental body?
It's
Kawak, right? The storm, right? And what are you surrendering in that particular area? That particular area.
Fear and addiction and crisis, separation, same things, illusion of separation, and despair.
Despair, okay. There's disparity in the room. How about you? Back home, I know you got SNAP help you over here. You'll be glad SNAP is here today. She feel your pain. She said, we go over there and help my sister had friend here. So, what was it? Yeah. Yeah, she's how to say that too.
How do you say that word?
Antipode, right.
Antipode, yeah.
So your antipode body is what?
Mental.
Why is that yellow?
Yeah, because it's yellow.
I was like, okay. But go ahead. So what are you surrendering?
Dissonance, self-doubt.
So that's your inner work. I'm trying not to stay long on this, but I want y'all to be clear that this is what you have to do. This is what the mental body, the challenge body, is for inner work. On a northern day, if that's your body is telling you what you need to work on, right? So in this case, being the challenging sun, right? Mental body, right? Challenging sun is a challenge, adjust, balance. The antipode partner challenges the destiny kin. The destiny kin will be what you came in on, right? Your destiny is who you show up as. It's not what my destiny is once you arrive. People say, what's your destiny? I'm already, you arrived. You're here. The destiny was here. And you showed up, blue what? Resident monkey. You showed up, blue what? That's the destiny. Right? That's your destiny. You arrived as that. Now you're on a journey now to discover more of who you are as you have this actual disjuncture you're on. It's not that you're having to now find a destiny. That is your destiny. You coming as the blue resident monkey, you coming as the blue crystal monkey, you come in to manifest that which is your destiny. So the code number, or the number between 1 and 20, the day keeper, sun, or the destiny king is always 10 numbers. And we can go back there because we went over this when we was before, how you determine that to do the 10 numbers, right? From the code number of the antipode partner. There tends to be, I mean that it has to necessarily be, but it tends to be an ever-present tension during a challenged day or in a relationship to a challenging person or a challenged person. This can be viewed in a positive light when we take into account that challenges do what? Strengthen us. Strengthen us, Father. It strengthens us. You know, we stand tall and say, this has been a challenging day. I didn't kill nobody. I'm good. I'm strengthened by the fact that I got through that. But back in the day, it would have been a different kind of conversation. So we know we're strengthened now to know that it's not really that serious, but it's only to see exactly what your weaknesses are, what your tendencies are that you can't face, what may be that which may be encountered that's telling you that you still have some issues or judgments in those areas, right? Judgment of others, you know what I mean? Saying when you're judging others, you're not judging them. If you're judging them to help them, support them, it's different than judging them to condemn them to hell because you figure that they are not necessarily redeemable. That's the difference between judgment. You know, big judgments are important, but not to the degree that you're saying the person is judged to the hell to the point where they're not redeemable. You see, that's where the conclusion, being conclusive with your assessments or your analysis or your, if you will, your discernment of something, as opposed to being open to say that I'm supporting that person by giving them an idea of what they need to do to transfer or change some behavior patterns. But you got to work on yourself first in terms of your response, because the approach is, the tendency is to make people feel uncomfortable, thinking that's going to support them in making a shift, and sometimes they don't do that. That's why, you know, it's like, you know, sometimes when you do that, people flee from you. They don't feel the love in that, you know, right? Like children do that all the time, when they feel like you're just condemning them and you're not really giving them, you know, you don't condemn them and hug them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Got to feel the love. All right, so challenges also help trigger us into memory reconstructions. So you're reconstructing your memory about, you know, what you may have had experience with that you never really got over, because you're repeating the same experience because your response has not been adequate to build you into another strengthened position. So therefore, you have to reconstruct your memory about how you respond to that. So somebody can push your buttons, you know they call it, right? They push your buttons, and those buttons are so activated because you haven't deactivated them from the last experience you had. So somebody can say something that gets on your nerve or do something that irritates you, and you and that's a lot of power to give away to somebody who doesn't stay in the space that you stay in all the time. You live in your body. So you have to be able to say that, okay, I'm not going to allow somebody to push those buttons all the time. Yeah. And it happens, but you have to find out how it doesn't cause you a deterioration of your organs because you're living in your enraged and heated. But and then no results. After all that, they still doing the same thing you've been doing, and you just angry as hell, and it has no consequence, right? So the point is, what's the point, right? You have to be able to move into a space where it can be supportive enough that people can feel the love. So with the friction, and this is usually what it is, and resistance of a challenging connection, we can discover our true divinity, power, and divine purpose. Remember our inner truth and realize you will be activated into what cosmic remembrances with this connection. All right, did I pass over this? Let's continue with the bodies that are going on. I won't pick on y'all because y'all in the front seats. I go to the back of my people's emotional body. We should emotional body.
Ben,
Emotional body is Ben?
yes. Red sky.
Okay. You sure about that?
No, I'm sorry. I'm still on my.
Still in mental body. Still a challenge.
No,
Yeah.
that's the challenge. Wait.
Okay. The emotional body is not your
No,
challenge.
mental is challenge.
Right.
Emotional,
Right.
okay, that's white, is snip,
Right.
white, mirror,
Right.
it's emotional.
When we come back to you.
No, it's white. I had to go in my circle. That's the next one.
So, let me go ahead. It says, connection between hidden suns or suns least able to be seen or understood is a connection that feels confused. You may feel that a person or day with an energy of a hidden sun is keeping something from you, thus triggering trust issues. Now, I want to go back to 5M, but I use them as an example, is because we don't know what the energy direction of people that we encounter, like, randomly. But the experience sometimes can tell you who that person is, depending on how it moves, how it affects you. So you may not be psychic or telepathic to know, say, yeah, I know you are, because you carry around with one of those gadgets and calculators and, can I just find out before we fight? Can I find out, before I whoop that ass, let me just find out what direction you in. And then pull up their signature right quick, and say, okay, that explains it. Then you determine whether or not you want to go forth with the fight, But that's the point. You're making yourself be more aware by realizing that your telepathic relationship with other people may be also telling you what they represent for you in the direction that they may be, even though you don't know their signature. But the day also is the overall influence, right? It's the overall influence of what is happening because you know what that is because you have access to knowing that. But you don't know who you're encountering individually on your bus ride or your train ride or at your job, right? So you have to be able to have a little more patience and a little more, compassion for that which you may run up on that may cause irritation for you, right? It says daily code number is the number 1 to 20 of the keeper plus a code number always 21. So whatever you came in on, 6 plus whatever 21 is. So in my case, I came in on the 6th day keeper, right? And that is Kimi. 15 plus 6 would be 21, which means that the 15th day keeper, which is men, will be my emotional body. Right? Because it adds to 21. Right? The challenge is to break through this barrier and see the hidden realization. It's your hidden power. So the emotional body may seem like it's something that, may be negative because people keeping stuff from you and you feel like you don't trust them, but it's really what your hidden power is. And the unexpected, the occult is your hidden power. That's why they call it the occult, because it's that hidden dynamic of power you have that no one wants to really admit to. So, again, let's do that. Let's do my little survey. What's your emotional? when we ask you to walk away, so your shadow SNAP could help you. It's Akbar, right? So what would be the hidden power of SNAP is what?
Self-judgment and withdrawal.
So if you get beyond this, you can have your hidden power return, and this won't be that which is maybe something that make you feel least able to be seen or understood. You know. So once you get past self-judgment and withdrawal, and get more connected and don't feel like you should be a hermit, then you may be able to get more engaged in what may be experiencing that hidden stuff of trust issues. What's your emotional body?
White music.
So it seems like it'll be the same. What is your? So what's that? What is surrender?
Control, personal power, issue, and
Why you mumble that last part?
manipulation.
Oh, okay. Real quick. So do you? I mean, but yeah. So you see where you're hitting? That's your hidden power. Other than being negative, it's a hidden power. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. I want to do a survey
I
on people.
realize that now.
I want to ask people whether or not They say, damn right.
Yeah, they know.
But do you know yours? Do you have yours with you? Do you know what you're?
White, emotional.
Do you have? Do you know what?
I'm
What it is?
guessing it's internet.
You guessing it's S now?
I'm guessing it's internet.
So what's your signature?
Who's holding
So you think the emotional body is S now?
I'm guessing.
You're right. You win the prize. But now you got to know what the hidden power is. So maybe you can ask Miss Asnab over here, the one sitting next to her who gives her answers all the time. And ask them what you need to surrender when it comes to the Asnab vibration. No, it would be Asnab. It wouldn't be that.
Oh, it would be my S now?
Yeah, you're Asnab.
Yeah.
So she would have to determine what else is right. Go to yours. What does it say?
Illusion level 2.
All right, go on.
Right there. Yeah.
What is it? Say it out loud.
Surrender?
Yeah.
Illusions of separateness, fear, abandonment, delusions.
That's interesting.
It is. Don't look at me. It is interesting. So what's your emotional body, Miss Elaine?
Yellow warrior.
Key Yellow Warrior. Tell me what you have to surrender, because I deal with it all the time as a mental challenge. But go ahead.
Limitation, restriction, and hesitation.
Limitation, restriction, and hesitation. So that's your emotional body. That's your hidden power. Right? Which is not that. It's the opposite of that. But when you're dealing with issues in that area where you're judging yourself, where you're not operating to your fullest in terms of knowing that you're not limitlessness or unrestricted or stop hesitating or procrastinating. What's your mental body? Emotional body.
Ebb, yellow hand.
That would be this character over here with the pick in his hair. Right? So his soul is your emotional body. So what tell us about what he represents in the shadow?
Dependence on the analytical mind.
Okay. Analyze. Don't let anal. Put my foot in somebody's anal ass. It's an adult conversation. That's something you sit on. It's not. That's what it is. Or don't. But see, that's again.
I'm not gonna leave that alone.
No. It helps. Remember, when you walk in the room, whatever you start the room out with is what I use for the rest of the day. So be careful what you say when you walk in the room.
That's not the first thing I said, though.
All right, don't hit.
It's not. But it's the most impactful thing you said. Everybody else is good? Let me see. Who else I need to do with the emotional body? Everybody good? So everybody see your hidden power. Your hidden power, not your hidden weaknesses. Your hidden power is the hidden suns, which is the hidden unexpected exchange. Right? There's a C missing there, but it's exchange. Right? Okay? That's your hidden power. Or to expect the unexpected. Right? Can you get to the point where you expect the unexpected and don't get moved by it in a charged way that it creates for you a dysfunctional response. Right? Here we go, spiritual. We're gonna go far. We go to the spiritual body. empowering my spirit told me, right? You remember that? That's empowering something. Y'all say my spirit told me. My spirit I felt like I wanted to do, and then you use it as an arbitrary, abstract type of definition. But interaction with an empowering Dale person brings a what? Sense of strength, because the essence of the direction is magnified. It's magnified because it's the same color direction, right? So your spirit is always going to be the same color as what your incarnating soul is. Your incarnating soul is what? In this case, your incarnating soul is what? Right, that's your incarnating soul. You sure?
No, that's my spirit, chewing.
And your spirit is what? Right, so that's, and it's blue.
Right.
So that means that's why it's showing you that the direction is magnified because it's the same color as the soul body. Not necessarily the same destiny kin, but the same color. So I mean, if you add blue to blue, you got more blue, right? Right? So that means it makes it even more empowering. In your case, it's going to be your spiritual body is Akbar, right? Which is abundance, right? Okay, what is yours? You sure it's Akbar? Okay, all right. That's what I got there. That's what it is, I guess. Until you find out that it may not be that, then you be like, wait a minute. What's your spiritual body? It's not. All right, I'm not gonna mess with you. Yours is too easy. What's your spiritual body? Kawak. What is the stone?
Blue stone.
You wanna mumble that out for us? What is it? What got to surrender in that area?
Addiction to Christ, despair, fear, and the illusion of separateness.
See, I would like to have a conversation with all y'all about your lives. But I do that in consultation, but I ain't gonna get people's because you can see exactly where it really is very significant, even though it appears that it may not be. Hey. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
What's your spiritual body? What's your spiritual body?
Yellow sun.
Yellow sun, which is the Christ consciousness, right?
Right.
And what's the surrender though?
Separation and limitation.
Okay, feeling not connected. So here we go. Let's go down. It says, these empowering days of people reflect to you a stronger, more empowered you and guide you to a deeper realization of your cosmic self. So when you read your spiritual body, you see that it's actually giving you a sense of your guide of what you need to do to enhance your connection to your soul. And in fact, we call that your soul's what? Reflection. Your spirit body is your soul reflection. Those of you who got more up to date, you'll see at the top it says soul reflection. The spirit is soul reflection. Mr. Lady, what is your spirit body? It is what it is, right?
It is what it
You
is.
came in as it, and it's still going to be that way because that's you got it jammed up. So what is it that if you have, if you're in the area of maybe some issues in those issues, what would it be?
Insecurity, fears of intimacy, issues about the plotting, blockages by ego.
Right. Now, have you, in your own personal life, and I don't want you to get real specific about it, can you identify with that in any
Yes.
way? Okay.
Yes.
I'll leave it alone.
Major
I'll leave it alone.
ways.
I'll leave it alone. How about you, my dear? What's your
Is that carbon?
Kaban? Yeah, Kaban. Which is the better
Separation, failure to read the signs, and dissociation.
failure to read the signs, separation, and disassociation, right? So now you have to see that's your spiritual calibration. How about you over there, Keith?
Oh, con,
Khan, which is the seed, right?
the seed.
Endless possibilities. So what is your surrender in that area? What would be your
To surrender is to what? Stagnation, lack of self-confidence, hesitation, and lack of trust.
so spiritual issue, remember, spiritually means what you do with your life force. That's what spirituality means. How you use your life force, in the advent of your purpose. So those surrendering areas is to show you exactly what you need to do in order for you to honor your life force and honor your life purpose. Right? Did we do all the bodies? I think we did.
No.
We can do physical. Where's physical not there? There it is.
We did.
All right, the physical body is what? And what it tells us is that you cannot have an experience on this dimension, third dimensionally, physically, which it seems, but you're looking at me now as a physical body looking at you, seems to be tangible. Your soul cannot incarnate and have this experience on this dimension without a physical body. And you create your physical body. You chose your physical body. So you need a physical body to manifest your destiny purpose. You can't, without a physical body, you can't manifest your purpose on this dimension. So again, this is why I say, where I have to, you have to be mindful of some of the cliches that come up. People say, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and this physical body really doesn't mean a lot. That it means a lot, but it doesn't. You should be limited to it because of what its limitations are. But you know that it is being very much a very powerful vehicle as a navigational tool for your travel on this particular dimension. Without this physical body, your soul cannot have this incarnation. So it becomes your soul mate, if you will. Your soul mate is your physical body. The physical body and your soul have a one that are compatible to each other. Because your soul wouldn't be able to live in it if it wasn't compatible to it. So that's why you have to make sure that the house that it lives in is very much optimal so that it doesn't become incompatible because of what we're doing in our consumption habits, eating maybe toxic foods and inappropriate foods, because the soul can't dwell in a body that is toxic, that is not, compatible to what your physical vibration should be, based on what your life work and life purpose is. So, you get that by adding the number 19 to your to the destiny code, daily code. Like-minded associates sharing interaction with a compatible day person reaffirms our destiny or our truth and divinity. These connections are very supportive. That's why it's very supportive. Everybody who's moving around now is, if you were not able to do that, you would feel your body is very unsupportive. You wouldn't be able to hurt. If you said, I need to rub my neck right now so I can feel a little better, you would be very dissatisfied that your body wasn't cooperating with your soul's request, right? So everything you're doing now what y'all looking at me, you're shaking your head, all that is something you're telling your body to do and your body's being cooperative, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Even if you're laying on your elbow, if your body said, I don't want to do that, you be laying on your face, wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Right? Everything that you're doing, your physical body, everything I'm doing now, even though I'm multitasking right now, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all these movements, I'm talking to y'all, I'm doing my little footsteps there. That's the soul giving the physical instructions that the body is reacting to and responding to and being very cooperative and being very compatible to what I want to do. So whatever you do in your life work, your life purpose, if you're an artist and you're drawing, your body's telling you